Hi, my name is Mariah and I was born with cerebral palsy. I'm 22 years old and I go to school for social services work at Centennial College.
So specifically, what type of cerebral palsy were you born with?
I was born with what's called spastic quadriplegic cerebral palsy, meaning that the disability is affected in all four of my limbs and I'm unable to walk. I have stiffness in my left arm and can only use my right arm for basically everything.
Tell me about your experience in public school.
Oh my gosh. So in public school, I was very quiet. I didn't really have a lot of friends. And whenever I tried to make friends, people would always say, go in the corner, nobody likes you, things like that. I did have about 3 friends, but that was it. I would never decide to go out of my comfort zone or try to get to know anybody else because people would judge me and make fun of me and the fact that I couldn't walk. And I say that because that was always the case.
What was your experience throughout high school like?
So high school, things got really bad. Things got a lot better. I was more social. I was more comfortable with myself, and me being in a wheelchair, I started to accept myself more. Started to make a lot more friends, and started to realize that people were more mature. Of course, I was still a little quiet in grade 9 and 10, but when I got sort of to the tail end of grade 10 towards my years leading up to graduation, I'd say that I came out of my shell a bit more and felt comfortable with socializing.
Tell me about your experience in college now.
So college is pretty much the same thing as high school. It's not, it hasn't been any different. I've been going to Centennial for 3 years and the experience has been great. I have a lot of memories with the people who I'm friends with and who I was friends with, and all I can say is that Centennial alone is a very accepting group of people, and I'm just happy that I went to a school that was as accepting as Centennial.
How can the parents of children with cerebral palsy help them at home?
So it's just a matter of being patient with your child and making sure that the child has everything they need in the sense of socializing needs and exercising needs and just being around other people, because oftentimes, and this depends on the disability, people with cerebral palsy have difficulty with socializing and getting around. So stretching is the most important thing for cerebral palsy because a lot of the times with this disability, their muscles stiffen up.
What are the types of equipment children with cerebral palsy can use at home?
So again, it depends on their disability, whether they need stair lifts or whether they need transfer boards. It all depends on the severity and whether or not they can walk. Mm-hmm. Because some people have mobility in their legs, some people don't have any mobility at all, so it depends. Mm-hmm. I know for me, I use this wheelchair and the other wheelchair that I have, which is a manual, but that's only for if I'm going out to an amusement park or to a family member's home. Mm-hmm. That's it.
And then you have your leg splints, and then you had your stander, right?
Yeah, and then I used to wear something called AFOs, which is also known as splints. So the purpose of those is when people put them on, it's for support. So they can help you stand, they can help you do transfers, pretty much anything.
And then you have your kimono chair as well.
Yeah.
Forgot about that one.
So kimono chair is for basically for the bathroom needs. So yeah, when you're going to the bathroom, or you can use it in the shower. Some people use bath chairs for people who have less mobility, or some people use shower benches if they're able to transfer on or stand up by themselves.
Do you visit any cerebral palsy support groups or organizations?
No, I'm thankful to have enough friends who understand friends and family members who understand my needs when it comes to cerebral palsy, and I don't feel judged for it. I don't feel like I need to reach out to the community, although that's a good thing, and I recommend that for anybody who needs that support. But for me specifically, I don't utilize support groups.
Do you receive any therapy or treatment on a regular basis?
No. See, the thing with that is, when you're an adult, it's a completely different story. When you're an adult, the government expects you to pay out of pocket or just completely be on your own with that. But when you're a child, you have different funding programs and services that can help both the child out and the family out if they need support with paying it.
Mm-hmm.
And ODSP, I'm a client of the Ontario Disability Support Program, but the thing with that is ODSP doesn't cover it. So if I were to have any therapy needs, I would be required to pay out of that. I would be required to pay therapy out of that check.
What is the expected involvement of teachers and parents in the government-provided services?
So the expected involvement is that if there's money to be received, for example, for school services that should be done in the classroom, the teachers should keep that ongoing on their own, and same with the parents. If there's therapy done at home, they should be utilizing all the techniques, and if there has been money given for transportation, they should only use that, and the parents should be responsible for booking any rides with Wheel-Trans or any other transportation service.
And what is Wheel-Trans?
So Wheel-Trans is basically it's a part of the TTC, but it's a more private transportation system in the sense of you can book it online or through phone, and then you basically get to organize where you get to go.
And people who don't have disabilities, are they allowed to ride with you?
Yeah. So again, it's Wheel-Trans is a part of the TTC. So any person with a disability who brings an escort on, that's allowed. It would be the same if a person with a disability were to ride.
What is your most utilized service provided by the government?
I'd say basically the situation that I'm in now, in the sense of living on my own. This is all government funded housing, subsidized housing, in the sense of any rent is geared to our ODSP and how much we get. And I'm thankful that the government supports us in this way, because without the support, I wouldn't be able to live on my own. I wouldn't be able to have accessible things in my apartment. So I would say that that is my most utilized service.